same. I wish they'd done it properly. She never know what she missed, Irma.
Missed? Marriage lasts a lifetime, not a day.
If you're lucky. I said it lasts a lifetime if you're lucky.
Grim thought.
What do you mean?
No, I was just thinking of that crafty young brother of mine, you know, getting out all that malarkey.
What malarkey?
All the white tie and tails, all that routine.
A white wedding?
And tell me, what good does confetti do other than embarrass a blushing bride and groom?
Well, it keeps the street sweepers in full employment for a start.
Oh, quick, very quick.
Oh, I'd go through it all again, right this minute if I could. The choir, the bells, the confetti, the lot.
Well, you'd be doing a solo trot up the aisle if you did, my sweet.
Oh, thank you very much. I love you, too. Honestly, what a thing to say.
All I'm saying is...
Imagine showing the photos
Will
to
you
the
be
kids
quiet
when
just
I'm
for one...
older. Mummy, was that the happiest day of your life? Oh, yes, darling, but I can't say the same.
Now then, A, I love you. B, I'm glad that I married you. C, I did enjoy our wedding day. And D, I wouldn't go through it again for £1,000. Understood? End of subject? Promise? Right.
Anyway, you did it again.
By God, some folks have got healthy constitution. You know, it's not decent to be so cheerful this hour in the morning.
Oh, how nice to see you home.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. I'm not home. I can't blooming well get in.
Oh.
Oh, Mrs. Midgley's got my key, and I've rung and I've knocked and I've knocked and I've rung. You know, I wish I could sleep like that brother of yours.
Oh, he's not in. I've got a spare key to your house. I'll get that for you.
Not in? But he never goes out till after 9 o'clock, and his knobber just gone, eh?
How's Auntie Beattie and the family?
Well, she's,
what are you doing home at this hour? Wouldn't it have done late?
Yeah, well, I think I'll be getting off then.
Yes, wait a minute. I'll see you to the door. Here, you drink this and sit down and get warm. I won't be a minute.
Thank you.
What am I going to do?
Well, you better tell him. Look, he's going to know sometime, isn't he? Bye. And good luck.
Where ain't he gone to anyway? I mean, I wrote him a note telling him I'd be home first thing this morning. Least he could have done was to be there when I got back.
Uncle Albert, there's something I've got to tell you. It's not bad news or anything. In fact, quite the opposite. It's about David.
What? There's no happened, has there? He hasn't been taken ill, has he?
No, I told you, it's nothing bad. It's just that, well, he and Irma got married on Saturday morning.
Oh, go on, put to the one. It's got bells on it.
No, it's true, they did. They eloped. It was such a shock to everyone. We didn't know. Even Hilda and Stan Ogden, they didn't even tell her own parents.
I'll go and get my things unpacked.
Oh, Uncle Albert, there wasn't time to
bother to pop in later on, because I've got several things to do. Annie, love, I've told you, stop fretting.
I'm not doing, love. I'm not really. You told me not to worry, and I haven't given it a thought.
Oh, tossing and turning all last night like a flipping windmill.
Oh, well, you know me, love. I can't sleep sometimes, can I? Not worrying about him is not worth it.
Exactly. So now you eat your breakfast. Go on.
I'm off now, Auntie Annie. Hey, by the way, if you're going past the cleaners, can you drop my trouser suit in? It's on the bed ready. Right, sure.
Lucille, love. Yeah? You know that man who came into the bar when Mr. Walker and I were at the wedding?
Yeah.
Annie.
What exactly did he say, love?
Oh, nothing special. I told you, just how old was I? Was I still at school? General chat. Why?
Oh, nothing, love. You get off to work, will you? You don't want to be late.
Yeah, right. Hey, you won't forget the cleaners, will you? Right. Ta-ra.
Now, listen, there's no cause to go upsetting her. She doesn't know nothing about what happened last night, and it's better that way.
Well, I only wondered.
Now, there's no sense in going over it all again. I've told you, it's done with. And Arthur had a right telling off from me, I can tell you.
Not concerned about Arthur.
No, well, I'm telling you. Yon chap's had his pound of flesh. He'll be cocky with himself, and besides, we've not seen anything or heard anything of him over the weekend, have we?
No.
Well, then, I know his sort. All mouth and trousers. Now, let's forget all about it. Any more tea in that pot?
Oh, do you know, that flipping stove must be worth a fortune. I think it's the first one that was ever made.
Hey, shut up, she'll hear you.
Well, there's one consolation, isn't there? This flat's not far from Coronation Street.
That's a consolation. Hey, by the way, do they still sell peanut butter at that dump where you work?
I mean, it's easy for me to get to that dump where you work. I don't trek miles. Why, I didn't know you liked it.
Peanut butter? Oh, that's only one of my secret vices.
There are more?
You've got a lot to learn, my girl.
Oh, shut up. I don't know what she'll think.
Hey, by the way, you better warn Lionel Petter that you won't be working at that place when we've got a place of our own.
Why aren't you sending me out to slave for you, then?
No. I'm keeping Ian to slave for me.
There's me thinking all I'd have to do was lounge around in my negligee all day long, eating chocolates and reading soppy magazines.
Oh, well, there'll be one or two little jobs to keep you occupied.
Trust me to fall in it. Irma Ogden, why didn't you stop single?
Irma Barlow. Are you sorry that you didn't stop single?
There's only one thing I'm sorry about, love, and that's that we didn't get married weeks ago.
Well, now you've got the brass neck to say that when I was the...
All right. From now on, whatever you say goes.
Always.
Almost always.
Yes. Saturday turned out all right, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I'm glad that they all come, really, because, well, I'd have always had a guilty conscience somehow, especially about my man.
Yeah. Bless Lem Fairclough and his great big mouth, eh? Well, I mean it, love. I was glad about the way it turned out and all.
Oh, well, I'm glad about every single thing. I think the whole world's marvellous, and I'm even going to manage to be civil to Lionel Petty from now on.
I take it then that you're happy, Mrs. B.
Ooh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Would you mind repeating that? I didn't quite hear it.
I says to her, I opened the packet and every one was broke, every single one.
Well, I've told you not to buy biscuits there. People pushing past with their trolleys are forever knocking things off shelves. It's no wonder things get broke.
Oh, Charlie, I've never even touched your breakfast.
Oh, sorry, love, I'm not hungry today.
Waste not, want not.
Are you off colour, Charlie? You never even touched your supper last night, neither.
Looks healthy enough to me. He'll eat when he's hungry. Look, are we going to the market or not?
Charlie, are you sure there's nothing the matter?
No, I'm all right, really.
They are, straight from the horse's mouth.
Thanks.
Look, market. Do I go by myself?
I don't know, Ina.
Talking about being off colour, I wonder what's wrong with Annie and Jack Walker. They've been a bit humpty these last couple of days.
Oh, you're all suffering from the same complaint. A good dose of salt's put you all right.
Salts, Ina?
Celebrating Saturday's nuptials. I said them shrimp patties was off. I could tell at a glance. But no, you would all make pigs of yourselves.
I don't think it was the shrimp patties, Mrs. Sharple.
Look, it must have been. I never had none of them. There's nothing wrong with me, is there?
Here's this temporary assistant Mr. Papagopoulos said he'd send. I mean, this is our busiest period these next few weeks.
Yeah, but have you got out in a nice tablecloth that you can let me see?
Yes, of course. And she's already 20 minutes late, if she's turning up at all. You just can't rely on anyone, can you? Now, this is a particularly nice little number, but it has got the matching serviettes. I don't suppose you would...
Of course I want serviettes. Let them see I know what's what, even if some folk don't.
Beg your pardon, Mr. Tatlock?
And how did you enjoy the wedding?
Wedding? Oh, you mean David and...
A good time was had by all, I suppose.
Not by me, Mr. Tatlock. I mean, I probably would have if I'd been there, but I wasn't, so I didn't.
I see. So I weren't the only one that were left out then.
Don't tell me you weren't there, Mr. Tatlock. I mean, David's been living at your place all these... Well, I mean, you've given him a home.
When you get to my age, Miss Nugent, you'll have learnt one thing. You'll have learnt never to expect gratitude.
Oh, I don't know how they could. I think you're taking it awfully well.
Yes, well, I'll have that one. Taking it well, am I? When you've been left out of things as often as I have, you get used to it. Do you think Irma will like that shade?
Irma? It's never a wedding present. Well, honestly, Mr. Tatlock, it's not my place to say it, but I don't think they deserve a friend like you. 27 and 6.
Well, I'm not one to bear a grudge. I never have been. 2 wrongs don't make a right. That's what I always say. 27 and 6.
Goodbye, Mr. Tatlock. And carry on the good work. you?
If you like. Understood I was supposed to come and help you. Well, not Tuesday.
Oh, I see you're the new, Well, actually, I had nearly given you up. You're away. You're nearly 25 minutes late.
Late as that? Just shows you've done it, time flies.
I presume you had difficulty in finding us.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, seeing as you are here, finally, if you'd like to leave your coat in the back, then perhaps you could start by dusting the fixtures. Then I'll acquaint you with the general layout, and if we're still quiet, perhaps you could be arranging the lingerie shelves. I'm afraid things aren't quite as shipshape as I normally like them to be.
Oh, anything you say. I'm easygoing.
We do have a certain standard at Gamma, Miss Hartley.
Oh, it's quite kinky, that. Can I try it on?
Miss Hartley, there is a great deal of work to be done, and we're already late starting.
You know, it's not a bad little dump, this. Uncle Nicky were right. He said I'd find it fun for a couple of weeks.
Uncle Nicky?
Uncle Nicky Papagopoulos. You know, some girls hate working for the relatives, but I don't. I think it's going to be quite a giggle, don't you?
Ah, didn't she look lovely, though? You know, I never slept Saturday night going over and over it all in my mind. I'm not saying I wasn't disappointed not being at the ceremony, because I was. Still, half a loaf's better than none, don't you think so, Mrs. Walker?
What's that, dear?
And then in the long run, I suppose they've done the right thing. I know Stan was there giving himself and also worrying about how to pay for a big wedding. Not that he wouldn't have managed somehow, you know, but... Anyhow, there it is. Stan's happy, my Irma's happy, and that's all that counts.
Annie, love, why don't you go upstairs and lie down here? You won't be wanted down here for a bit.
I'm all right, love, because you can do with half an hour on the bed yourself.
One thing I was really glad about, though, both you and Mr. Walker managed to come. It's lucky you've got your brother to call on for a stand-in, isn't it? Oh, no, Mr. Tatlock. You've heard our news, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I've come for. I want you to give me the new address.
Oh, right, they're in Diggs, number 17 Ackley Street, just past the Memorial Gardens. You can see Irma in the shop, though. She's there today. They only had 2 days in Blackpool.
No. No, when I give them the present, I want them both to be there. I may be old and useless, and nobody can be bothered to take a 7-penny bus ride to invite me to a wedding, but I still know how to do things in a proper fashion.
Oh, heck. Mind you, he's quite right. I mean, Len Fairclough could have gone round to Beatty's in his van now, couldn't he?
Hello, Spolt. Remember me?
Excuse me. You do take sugar, don't you? Oh, Mr. Moffitt, I'll be with you in a moment.
Oh, no rush. Take your time.
I'll have mine in the back. It's quieter.
It's my new assistant.
Assistant?
Quite. Things are never quite as simple as they seem. Now then, Mr. Moffitt.
Oh, no. You drink your tea. You look as though you need it.
Well, thank you. It has been a very trying day, one way and another.
Hello, Ashley. Hey, 2 heads are better than one. I want suggestions. What can I get Minnie for a present?
Why, it's her birthday. I thought it was round.
No. It's more of a farewell gift.
Oh, who from?
Me. I'm leaving at the end of the week.
Leaving? Where are you going?
Ah, it's no good. I can't get it out of my blood. Tried, but it's no use.
Back to the stage.
Aye.
Well, you might be a fool, lad, but you're the sort of fool I admire.
Me? For heaven's sake, why?
Well, you're doing what you want to. Regardless, you know what you want to do, and you're doing it. And not a lot of folks can say that, you know.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
Does Mrs. Caldwell know you're leaving?
Ah, there's the rub. She doesn't.
Oh, poor Minnie.
So, I thought it might soften the blow a bit, a little present. So what do you think?
You're telling her today, then?
Oh, well, I've got to, haven't I?
Well, it's obvious now that he'll be back again, isn't it? demanding free drinks. The next thing we know, it'll be money. Every time we look up from that bar, it'll be standing there, Jack. Honestly, I don't think I can bear it.
Nay, he never goes so far as to ask for money. He knows on which side his bread's buttered, the odd pint or two and a rum.
And you don't believe that, love, and neither do I.
Well, then...
Suppose we were to speak to him, appeal to him.
What, to his better nature? He hasn't got one.
Well, we can't go on like this, Jack. We just can't.
No, you're right there. I suppose we've been a pair of fools, really. We ought to have done it at the start. There's only one thing.
The police?
Aye.
Oh, come.
We must, Annie. There's no two ways about it.
Look, love, we'd lose the Rover's return. What other public house could we get? What could we do? I mean, we're too old to start anything
We don't
else.
know that it'd come to that.
And then there's Lucille. I mean, Conception Harry placed her in our care.
Aye.
We can't take the chance, Jack. We're his victims and he knows it.
I suppose I phoned the solicitors.
Well?
Well, happen they'd put us straight as to the possible consequences. After all, we don't know.
What could you say to them, love? I left my public house in charge of a minor, a girl at that. Could you please tell me what the police will do if I confess to them?
But it wasn't our fault. We weren't even there.
Well, that makes us all the more responsible.
Give me credit for having a bit of sense. I wouldn't put it to them like that.
Look, Jack, it makes no difference how you put it. You've got to tell them the truth. Otherwise, they can't advise you. And if you tell them, you've got to tell the police. It's all the same.
We seem to be going round and round in circles.
I know. Oh, love, if only we'd stood up to him that first day. We might have frightened him off. We might never have seen him again.
Ah, we might, and then again we might not. Ah, if. If only he hadn't just come in at that minute. If only that silly fool Arthur hadn't nipped out for his bet. If only you and me hadn't both gone to that wedding.
I've made your favourite for afters, Charlie. Apple crumble and custard. I'm hoping it'll tempt you.
Oh, you shouldn't have, Mrs. Caldwell.
And I've got your slippers all ready for you, so just go and sit down.
I've brought you this.
Oh, what is it?
Well, open it and see.
Oh, Charlie.
Are they all right?
Oh, they're lovely. Genuine handmade Swiss lace. I wonder what Ian and Claire will have to say when I show them these.
Well, I thought it'd be a nice farewell gift.
I know you don't take everything for granted, Charlie. I know you're better than the others.
No, like in the old song, only different, of course. I'll give you something to remember me by when I am far away and gone.
The only thing is, I'm cross with you for spending so much money. Good ones like this aren't cheap. Oh, you shouldn't be so extravagant,
Minnie,
Charlie.
you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Of course I am, Charlie. Oh, they are pretty. They're too nice to use. Now, you just sit down and get warm, and I'll go and get your supper in.
No, Minnie. Please sit down a minute. Please. Look, I don't quite know how I'm going to say this. I've been thinking for days of a way. There's only one way to do it, and that's to come straight out with it. Mrs. Caldwell, Minnie, I'm leaving at the end of the week.
When will you be back, Charlie?
I won't be back. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm leaving, and I won't be coming back.
Well, how is it?
Well, I dare say I'll survive.
No, the truth.
Well, that is the truth. Oh, never mind, love. Rome wasn't built in a day. You'll improve.
My mum said when we was married, whatever I cooked for you, you'd enjoy, because I'd cooked it.
Well, all I said was you'll improve. I am enjoying it, honest.
You liar.
You don't want the truth, you don't want fibs, what do you want?
Suppose I could go to night school to learn cookery lessons.
Oh, no. That's right out.
Why don't you think I'm capable?
Look, I don't want you charging off with an exercise book. I want you here when I come home.
Well, this isn't our home, is it? Not forever, though.
No. Well, we'll soon have a little place of our own.
Yeah. Listen, I've been thinking, could we just have one of those little white fluffy rugs what you put in front of the hearth, eh? Could we?
Oh, aye. Then we can draw the curtains and curl up on it in front of the fire.
Oh, I'll go. Oh, Mr. Tatlock, come in. It's Mr. Tatlock.
Oh, no, I'm not stopping.
Come in.
I've just dropped by to fix this.
Oh, listen, you can't go without having a cup of tea. Not the first time you've visited us.
Now, look, if I can manage without a drink at your wedding, I can manage without one at your house warming.
Hey, now look, Uncle Albert. Listen, it wasn't our fault, that. We didn't know they were coming either. It was up to them to tell you.
No, and I mean, I said to you at the time, didn't I? I said to David, and it's a pity your Uncle Albert isn't here.
Oh, I see. Well, if you'd wanted me, they were out to stop you asking me yourselves, as I can see it.
Look, we didn't ask anybody.
You know, weddings is a cause for happiness and celebrating, not something to be kept a dark secret. That is, unless you've got something to hide.
No, of course we haven't. We just preferred it that way.
Oh, right. Well, take that and use it in good health. It's stock quality, so it should stand a good few washings.
Are you not stopping for a drink, then?
No. No, you've made it pretty plain that you don't need anybody else. Now you've got each other, and that's all right with me.
I don't know what you want sit looking like war's been declared for. If it was me, I'd be hanging out the flags. What do you want it for, any road, all this extra work and worry? Think how you've been tied. Never able to go to the first house pictures in case Charlie came in and his tea wasn't ready. Never able to come and have your Sunday dinner with me like you used to do once in a while because Charlie didn't like eating on his own. It's been worse than having a child in the house. You'd be thankful he's going.
Oh, you don't really mean that, Ina. You like Charlie.
It's not Charlie I'm worrying about, your crate egg. It's you.
Well, boy, doomsday's finally come.
Oh, belt up, will you?
You know, as a comedian, you'll make a marvellous undertaker.
I said, put a sock in it. Put another half in there, will you, love, and see what Mrs. Sharples and Mrs. Caldwell are having.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah, bit sad on that, isn't it? Poor old Minnie.
Hello, Chucky Face.
Hello, darling. Have you got any funny stories for me?
Not particularly, why?
Because if something doesn't happen soon, we'll all be weeping into our hankies.
Oh, she knows then.
Yeah.
Did you?
What about him going back to his first love? Oh, aye, yeah. He did chew it over. I don't know what's the matter with them, though. Why should they be upset merely because Hamlet's going back to... where is it?
Elsinore.
Elsie who? She gets in everywhere.
Oh.
All right, before you belt me with your handbag, what are you going to have?
The most expensive thing they've got.
Right, you are then. That'll be a double gin and tonic, please, love, and you better give this fella a double whiskey. Looks as if he needs it.
Twice in one day, your luck's in.
Yes.
Oh, come off it. You know my tipple by now. If you don't, you soon will.
If you don't mind, mate, I was here first. Fairclough, remember? I'm one of your customers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tread on anyone's soles, especially not the ladies. I'll tell you what, you have this round of me and that'll make up for it.
No, you don't have to do that, but I just don't like people pushing in.
Oh, you're quite right too, nor do I. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a liberty taker. Give my friends whatever it is they've ordered, will you?
Oh, we can do with a few of all like him.
Well, it never hurts to make friends, that's what I always say.
Right, that'll be 8 and 20.
Well, here's to you.
They are.
Hey, what's this? 1 and 9. I gave you £1. I think you've slipped up.
Yeah,
not to worry, not to worry. Just give me the rest of my change and we'll say no more about it. After all, we can't have a man in your position making mistakes, can we?
Well, this is very civil of you. Cheers.
Oh, think nothing of it. Good health. Is, yours to your liking, is it?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Ah, good. I think they run this place very well, don't you? Do you come in here often, you and your missus? Oh, no.
It's, well, we don't get much chance, you see. We can't get a babysitter, not with 8 kids, you know.
No, I suppose not. Can I have a word with you in private, Spot?
What is it you want? Haven't you done enough damage? Can't you see what you're doing to my wife?
Hey, steady on. Who did the damage? Was it me that left this pub in charge of a young girl? Now, was he?
All right, what do you want?
Well, it's no cause for alarm and despondency, just a couple of quids. Now, that's not a fortune, is it? I wouldn't have had to ask, but number 5 dog, last race, should have walked it blindfold.
I see. Well, you better come through into the back sitting room. I can't give it to you here. Annie, would you come and mind the bar a bit, love?
Nothing,
think I must be starting with a cold.
Who's the fella? Is he a friend of yours?
No, he's new to this area. He's been coming round once or twice lately.
Oh, Lolo. Got the eye better, have you?
Hello. No, I've been working all day. I've had my nose out at grindstone.
Lucille, just go upstairs for a few minutes, will you, love?
Huh?
Go on now.
You haven't any funny ideas in your head, have you?
Like what?
Like not divvying up, for instance, because if you don't, we both know what my next port of call from here would be, don't we? Ah, that's the ticket. I mean, it's like you said. You and Mrs. has had enough worry. We don't want to cause her any more, do we? No, the way I look at it, this is a nice, personal, friendly business relationship. I do you a favour, you do me a favour. Tit for tat and there's no harm done, right? Right. See you, sport.
Jack! Jack! He's gone, love. What did
Now
you
listen,
want?
Uncle Albert, he didn't invite anybody. And in any case, life's too short to go carrying a grudge. Have a double rum, it'll all seem a bit better. Mr. Walker, can I have a double rum for Mr. Tatlock and a pint of mile for me, please?
I've been waiting so long, I'm putting out roofs. 2 milk stouts and a packet of crisps, please.
Hey, don't forget that pie, man. I don't want a soggy one either.
No, and I'll have a bit of lemon, love. I'm dying of thirst.
You have to come up me in all directions.
You should be a bit nippier on your feet.
I'm only human, I'm not a flipping machine. If you don't like the service here, then go to Kleinhorst. You make me sick, the lot of you!
Oh, Jack, please, Jack. Oh, so Oh, well, we all have our off days, don't we? Now, what was it? It was 2 milk stouts for you, Mrs. Sharples, a double rum, and a pint for you, a meat pie, and a bit of lemon, and yes, potato crisps, that's right. Coming down.